The penultimate race on the card. Here we go. They're off. This is the JMC Tarmac Maiden Conditions race, and heading on down to the first, She'll Be Back, towing them along from the spotted jacket of Rockham Tom, who's now coming up alongside. Tremos follows, then Mount Oscar as they come over fence number 1, all over safely, a little wider out then to Forest Chimes, and then a 2-length break back to Bellamy's Boy, who's got very warm in the preliminaries, a real wash of sweat, as they now come down towards the second fence. Mrs. Mummagum well back at this stage as they hop over number 2, and blundering badly at the back there was Gentle Frank. Robert Hawker was pitched up the horse's neck momentarily, but thankfully for him the horse must have landed fairly much in a straight line, and they stay together as they now go towards an open ditch. This is the third. Oh, and on taking that, the leader was very hesitant. She'll Be Back, but Oliver Puffett stayed on board, and left-handed they go out towards the far side of the track. She'll Be Back and Rockham Tom are the leading pair. Followed in third by Tremos, and then comes Mount Oscar, the red sleeves and cap, over towards the inside as they come to jump the fence along the roadside. Without a bit wider on the course in the straw jacket, Forest Chimes in the hands of Tommy O'Brien. And then in the second half of the field, Mrs. Mummagum, without a bit wider, Bellamy's Boy. And the back marker in the orange sleeves and cap is Gentle Frank, who at this stage is only 6, maybe 7 lengths off the leader. Pretty gentle sort of tempo as they cross the first fence over in the back straight. Tightly grouped ultimately here. Rockham Tom now just poking the nose in front from She'll Be Back, with close-up in behind them, Forest Chimes, then Tremos, and down along the inside Mount Oscar, in the hands of James King, who's had 4 winners on today's card. I think elsewhere today, jockey Dale Peters has also had 4 winners at another meeting as they continue their run over across from us in the back straight. The middle fence going down the back, they take now. Again, all safe. Back in behind Mount Oscar at the moment goes Mrs. Mummagum. That one racing just ahead, Bellamy's Boy. And still in last and looking on, Gentle Frank as they draw towards the last fence over in the back straight, all over it safely. Gentle Frank around about 3 lengths off them at the back end, as they now swing left-handed out of the far straight for the first time, and racing on towards the fence along the left-hand side part of the track, with Rockham Tom going on clearly now under Patsy Page. Rockham Tom takes this just ahead from She'll Be Back, who landed in second. That one tracked through by Mount Oscar, the red sleeves and cap. Without a bit wider on the course, Forest Chimes as they now climb up the hill and turn left-handed back on into the home straight. Back in behind runners at this stage, Bellamy's Boy, who's on the far outside under Geoffrey Barfoot-Sont. Mrs. Mummagum with that one, and likewise Gentle Frank as they're now on the approach to the first of the 3 fences in the home straight. 2 before the winning line, they're both played, and then the open ditch. Rockham Tom, better than She'll Be Back, who just gets a shake of the reins on the landing side there, with Mount Oscar, Tremos, and nearer to us, Forest Chimes forming the next wave of 3. Then in behind them, Gentle Frank now beginning to improve as they take the fence, which will be the last next time. A little wider out of Gentle Frank is Bellamy's Boy, and relegated to last place now, Mrs. Mummagum, with a circuit left to travel in the JMC Tarmac Maiden Conditions race, and they're now about to square up to the final open ditch. She'll Be Back and Rockham Tom were the leading pair. Very slow there in rear was Bellamy's Boy, as they're now about to turn left-handed out towards the far side of the track for the final time. She'll Be Back, Rockham Tom, Mount Oscar, they are the first 3. Without a bit wider, Forest Chimes as they come to jump another. James King fired Mount Oscar at that fence, and in all fairness to the horse, he came up well, and he now moves into second place, and is now challenging for the lead as they race into the final mile of their journey. Rockham Tom just ahead, the tempo beginning to rise. Mount Oscar towards the inside, They were the first two. The best jump, though, of the leading three there possibly came from Forest Chimes on the outer. Definitely drew closer to them. Gentle Frank improving all the while, going well under Robert Hawker, the orange sleeves and cap. That horse now really warming to the task. Racing next, but just beginning to slide back, is She'll Be Back. And then towards the inside, Mrs. Mummergum. Tremos is now at the back end of the field as well. As they make the journey on towards the next, Bellamy's Boy has always been at the rear as Mount Oscar and Forest Chimes, they emerge as the leading pair over the middle fence going down the side. In third place is Gentle Frank, who's now just been woken up a little as they go towards the last in the back. King saw a stride there on Mount Oscar, and Mount Oscar was in front by 3 parts of a length, but on the outside Forest Chimes is going with him. So leaving the back straight behind them in the black, red and white colours, Mount Oscar, the straw jacket towards the outside of Forest Chimes. They're really quickening on these two now, ahead of Gentle Frank in third as they cross the third fence from the end. A long break has developed back to Rockham Tom, and then Bellamy's Boy, Mrs. Mummergum, and She'll Be Back now last of all as Tremos declined to jump that third fence from home. They're swinging on into the home straight. It is Forest Chimes who's taken over clearly here under Tommy O'Brien. Now the danger, Gentle Frank emerges on the outside. Mount Oscar with little more to offer back in third as they make the run down towards the second fence from home, and Gentle Frank, who sat chilly in the early stages, is now challenging Forest Chimes for the lead. The two of them are absolutely together at the second last, but Gentle Frank was very awkward on landing, and that's handed the initiative to Forest Chimes as they make the run towards the final fence. Gentle Frank now with 2 lengths to find is trying hard to rally as Forest Chimes comes down towards the final fence with the lead. Over safely there to Gentle Frank in second. It's only a short run in. Gentle Frank trying hard to fight back. It's Forest Chimes driven right out here from Gentle Frank in second. Forest Chimes gets the money from in second place Gentle Frank. Back in third Mount Oscar, and coming up to the line for a fairly remote fourth will be Bellamy's Boy.